go. Well, hey, Ben, it's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Now, let's go ahead and get into growing up hip hop. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into some things. All right, first off, we can see Sam up here laying up, him and Egypt with they naked cats, honey. Let me tell y'all, so I'd rather see naked cats than seeing a naked Sam. That's just me, honey. I ain't mad at it. Now, what they plan on doing with these cats is breeding these cats and then selling, okay, the babies that they have, the little kittens and stuff. I ain't mad at it, okay, because you don't really see those cats everywhere like you see the ones full of fur. So I'm sure those are like way more expensive because it's very rare to get them. So I ain't mad at it, honey. Do what y'all got to do to get y'all a coin, honey, instead of doing OnlyFans, okay? What did Eric call it? From OnlyFans to Only Felines, I guess, honey. All right, so Eric did go over. He wanted to chit chat with them, catch up, see how everything is going. He was a little confused about the cats until they gave him the update. He was like, okay, cool, so it's gonna bring in money. All right, then we could tell that Eric is a person that's really all about money. Okay, got it. All right, now that he got him a little money, that's all he's about is money. Okay, now he speaks to Sam about the showcase. He says, listen, I came out here to get things ready for the showcase. When I do that, Jojo is going to come out. I want you also to come out so you can have this conversation with Jojo. Sam says that he don't really know. He's feeling a way about not being a part of it, but what he is going to do is have a sit down with Treach. Treach is one of the guys from Naughty by Nature, for you guys that do not know, and that is also Egypt's father. So he's going to sit down with Treach, and I ain't really faulting Sam on that. What I can appreciate with Sam this season, although we saw his antics earlier on, I guess we haven't been seeing them enough. And when we have seen them, Sam ain't been out here talking a whole lot of craziness, okay, compared to how he was in the previous seasons. And I appreciate the fact that he's willing to have a sit down with Treach versus just flying off the handle, okay? So, all right, cool. That's what he wants to do. That's what he gonna do. All right, Egypt speaks on how she ain't been doing too much but chilling. She's been chilling with Savannah. Here go Eric. I know you've been chilling with Savannah. I heard, and I should not be hearing these things. F you, Eric. Eric got on my nerves this episode. Okay, straight middle fingers to Eric, baby. F you, honey. Okay. Now Eric says that he heard from Jojo and Denise, that they heard from somebody that heard from Savannah, that Egypt was out here telling her cousin business or whatever. Egypt says, listen, I did not confide in Savannah, expecting her to tell my cousin's business. But the moral of the story is, okay, let's get to the beef of everything, is the fact that me and TT ain't the same. All right, TT, we've been feuding for some time. She said they've been feuding for some years, which is very interesting. So at some point, what was that? Y'all went from being sisters to friends to enemies. What was that energy like? It seems like ever since you got with Sam, it has been an issue because she doesn't like how he operates. And I understand that TT may not have liked that, but sometimes you got to let people make their own decisions, especially, and I said this in a previous review, if her mama and her daddy are okay with Sam, you got to be okay with Sam. Unfortunately, she got to learn from her own mistakes. I think that TT could have overstepped her boundaries a little bit. Now, Sam had been very disrespectful. So I think that she had a right to be upset, but I feel like she should be upset with him and not so much as with her cousin. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move on. All right. Eric says that he does not believe that, she also talked about TT taking her idea about the whole Jamaica wedding. That could be true, right? But also her mama lived down there in Jamaica. So maybe she too wanted to have her wedding in Jamaica and maybe not have told you that that's something that she wanted to do. Maybe it was her man's idea and it made sense to her at that time. Like, hey, yo, why not? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Eric says he doesn't believe that Egypt didn't think Savannah would tell. He thinks that she knew. Because he's like, look at Savannah, she's young, you know, she don't really care how she responds to certain things. So he feels like she knew exactly what she was doing when she was telling Savannah. And I'm like, that could be true. I feel like he got a point there because she said it on camera. So even if it wasn't Savannah, you said it on camera. You sat in rooms when your own aunt was talking about her marital or her relationship issues. Okay, and you slick to seem to be happy about it. Okay, so yeah, I feel like Eric may have a point on that. We see TT link up with Tyran. TT tells Tyran that Vanessa came and told her what everybody else had been speaking about as far as the rumor of Sean cheating on TT. Let's go and get this out of the way. I do believe that he did it. I do believe he did it. But TT number just at a place where they don't want to address it. And they really don't want to address it because they don't want it to get back to their enemies, which happens to be Peppa and Egypt and Sam. Okay, so it is what it is, right? But of course, they're the ones that started the rumor. Well, really, they didn't start it. It was the auntie that started it. For real, they just helped spread the stories. Okay, now Peppa also said she knew a long time ago, but she brought her sister on the show to let her be the one to say it out loud, so she won't have to be the one to say it out loud. Yikes. Okay, now Tyran feels like he's in the middle and he will not be choosing a side. He said both of them are his side, so he's in the middle. And I'm like, I'm glad you chose that stance to be in the middle, because last season you were not in the middle. Let's be honest, okay? 1 minute you hanging out with Sam and you talking about how the ring is like this and that and stuff. You like, you all happy for him, but then on the flip side you go and talking behind his back to TT and stuff and being on her side and trying to get the wedding stopped. But on the flip side, you over here trying to be like, oh no, go ahead, propose to my sister. Yes. So you definitely came off a whole fake. So I'm glad that you learned your lesson this season to be like, I'm just gonna be neutral. It ain't got nothing to do with me, so I'm not gonna put myself in the middle of that. But okay then, and it's sad because last season I don't even know if it really was Tyran not wanting his sister to get married. I feel like he was taking on the beef and the energy of TT that did not want it. Okay, because like I said, he was flip-flopping. 1 minute you cool with Sam, and even this season you cool with Sam. So I mean, I don't understand Tyran, but let's go ahead and move on. TT says that she doesn't want to have a relationship with his mama and them whatsoever. She don't want no relationship. And they couldn't call her, check on her during the pandemic, check on her during her pregnancy, check on her with her baby after she had the baby. But y'all can sit up there and tell rumors about me. I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all at all. And I wish they would stop saying that it's a rumor, because it really, I do believe that it is true. But we're gonna go ahead and move on. TT says that she's now at a place where she is mad at the spread. I believe she said she's not mad at the people that were spreading the rumors, but she's mad at the people that started the rumors, which happens to be his mom and them. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move on to TT and Brianna. So y'all know Brianna's having this event in her house where she's pretty much going to be letting everybody know, hey, I'm actually a nice person. Okay, like I'm cool, but at the end of the day, I'm not changing for you MFers either. I'm kind of like, what's the purpose of having that party? Like, what's the purpose of gathering people together to tell them I'm not going to change? If they sit up there and they feel like you're somebody they can't rock with. You want to tell them to come towards you because you're not a bad person, but the actions that you display makes people keep you at a distance, at an arm's length, and then you come and turn around and say that you're not changing. Well, then BIT, why do you have me here? What's that? What is this about? Okay then, so Jojo asked Brianna to be a part of the showcase. She was a bit skeptical, but she decided to go ahead and move forward with doing it after working with her band and stuff, and knowing that she's going to be able to do it virtually and be in her own space and be comfortable. She's even more excited to do it, so she will be a part of that. All right, now TT says that now that she learns that Egypt is going to be a part of this showcase, she's not going to do it at all. She said, girl, I'm not going to do this. I don't want to be nowhere near them at all. So I'm good. And then she also goes on to speak on the rumor that was going around that Egypt was spreading about Sean cheating on her. And she said that she called them lies. She was like, they're telling lies about Sean cheating. And I'm like, girl, they're telling the truth. Because when Sean got up there to speak, shout out to Sean for showing up, because that's one of the things I was concerned about, is him not showing up to speak on his piece, and his wife should not have to speak on his actions. So I appreciate him for showing up. But when he said that we've heard it, we're dealing with it, all of that, like basically they heard the rumor and they're dealing with it. So that's when Jojo said, what you mean, y'all? He was like, what you mean, you talking about the rumor? And Sean said, yeah, no, he's talking about cheating, because that's what he was doing. Come on now. Come on. I'm sorry. I do believe that, because I feel like he was talking in code instead of being very clear. Like, no, I did not cheat on TT. Those are lies. Those are rumors. He didn't say any of that. He just said, we heard the rumors, you know, we're dealing with it and we're moving past that. That's what he was saying. So he confirmed it without saying it, but it is what it is. So we see, oh yeah. So then we had the ladies link up. So you had, Savannah come, and you also had Cree come. They showed up, so they wanted to get some insight from from TT and just tell her like, hey, how are you in Egypt? You know, how are you doing? You know, last time I talked, you know, she was saying that you guys were having issues, y'all weren't talking to each other and all of that stuff. And because she asked her about Boogie, that's what opened up the conversation. She TT asked Savannah, how's everything going with her and Boogie? And she was like, girl, ain't that going on with me and Boogie, but what, how are you? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you in Egypt? And of course, TT really didn't want to talk about that. You know, she's just like, I'm done with that. And because it wasn't clear, Cree decided to speak up and wanted to know, like, okay, so are y'all good? Are you not talking to your family? Like, is that what it is? You know, and basically TT was trying to say that she's not talking about it. And so Cree was like, so you're not going to talk about it? She was like, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. You know, so I felt Cree when Cree rolled her eyes at her, because you were talking in code, BIT. Just be clear. Just say, hey, y'all, I understand, you know, what you're trying to do, but I'm not really interested in talking about them. I'm going to address them directly because I don't want any middle person activity or whatever. Like, there was a way TT could have handled it. You know what I'm saying? And it just irked me. Like, I know you don't want these people in your business, especially people that you don't F with. Especially that if you don't talk to them on that level, for them to even be questioning you about your family. I would have just said, you know, I'd rather reserve that conversation for a later time. You know, I'm gonna talk to them directly or whatnot. But everybody else good? Like, she was killing me softly, honey. Let's go ahead and move on. Treach and Sam and Egypt are all at the studio talking. Okay, they link up. Treach wants to know what the hell is going on between her and TT. You know, he's hearing mess about how she was spreading rumors about TT's relationship. Egypt confirms that they're not in a good place, that she wanted to well, he really didn't hear that part, because Egypt said that if he heard that he would be mad, but I feel like he did know that, even though he didn't say it. He just said, what's this mess about it? And she was like, well, we're not in a good place, and there were times that I wanted to reach out to her and check on her and stuff like that, but if I would have did that, I also had a long list of things that she's done to me over the years, and I wanted to talk to her about that. So I felt like if I didn't have anything nice to say, then I should not have reached out. You right. Don't reach out and stress her out while she's pregnant. Like, don't do that. So if you felt like the best thing for you to do was to not hit her up, then, I mean, cool. But I also feel like it was nothing wrong with saying, hey, thought of you, hope everything's going well, and would have just kept it at that and just moved on. But, you know, honey, it is what it is. Treach says that he feels like that's one of the most worst things, is knowing that your family member is pregnant. You ain't even trying to check on them or hit them up or anything. He's like, that's very hurtful to them. So he completely understands TT's side of it. And the crazy thing is that ain't even Treach's family. That ain't his family. And he's understanding. Pepper ain't even having this conversation with her daughter like that. And that's her blood. I can't. Anyway, what else do I have here? So yeah, Treach was on her ass about that. Egypt regrets telling Savannah the stuff that she told her. Yeah, now that your daddy done found out about it, you was big balls when you said it at first, but now that your daddy, you know, it's now you want to feel like you regret it. Okay, Treach wants them to cut the SHI, cut the pride, and he wants her and Egypt to have a conversation. Her and TT to have a conversation. I'm like, baby, that won't happen this season. Y'all may end it on a cliffhanger, but she's not gonna talk to her this season. I don't really see that happening. Treach wants to talk to Sam. He understands that Sam has the issue with Jojo. He wants him to also cut the BS. And he also told him that Rev Run, Jojo's daddy, was the one to marry him and Pepper a long time ago. So they are ingrained like a family. That's how he sees them. So he feels like whatever the BS is, because Sam said that he didn't like that Jojo chose Twist side over his and stuff like that. And he got fly on social media, which resulted in Jojo going in on him at the house and stuff. And they thought that Treach was gonna be on their side once they said, oh yeah, he went crazy when we were in the house. Treach didn't give a damn about none of that. Treach was like, baby, okay, y'all think y'all beefing. This beef ain't nothing. I know what beef is. I've been living a long time. I know what beef is. I know what it's like to see niggas go and all of that. What y'all beefing over, it's not that deep. Y'all need to have a conversation and y'all need to move forward, okay? That's just that on that. And I'm with Treach. Move over, okay? Just go ahead and move over. And Sam said that he's open to have that conversation. Tell me he was going to slap Jojo. I'm like, baby, you weren't going to slap Nathaniel, okay? You wasn't for to slap Nathaniel. Talk about you was going to slap Jojo. Go have this conversation, baby, and move on. And he know he needs to tread carefully, because didn't Vanessa create the show? I mean, they'll probably keep him on for, you know, interesting storyline, but you don't want to mess up your jet, because Vanessa don't know when they help create the show. So be careful. Let's go ahead and move on. So we at Brianna's party. She inside flirting with the chef. Talking about he fine. Come out. You got Vanessa, Jojo, and Denise. They done arrive. TT is already there. But Vanessa made sure to mention how TT has not hit her up or told her anything after she told her about the rumors. So clearly TT has taken a distance from Vanessa. Now TT says she ain't mad, but she is. She's still feeling away. You may not be mad, but you definitely are in your feelings, okay? Now, I don't know if you're in your feelings because you're mad that they spreaded the rumors, or if you're just overall like embarrassed as well. I mean, maybe it's both of them, you know? What else happened? Denise asked her about her wedding plans and if Cree is still doing her wedding, and TT says, no, I don't think so. It's like BIT, it ain't no I don't think so. You know she ain't doing your wedding, girl. You know she ain't doing your wedding. Let's go ahead and move on, because I've already talked about Vanna and Cree. I already talked about them sitting down at the table with her, and she wanted to know what was going on with Boogie and all this other stuff. Okay, so let me go on. Where am I? Yeah, so Boogie arrived. Eric and his wife ended up arriving. Brianna comes out. She's already bothered that Boogie is there because she don't want him there. She says that he doesn't know how to have a proper conversation with adults. And I said, my nigga, you don't know how to have proper conversations with adults. Are you serious? Because every time they show you having a conversation with an adult, you typically got a glass in your hand and you got wine. Okay, so you're not even already there with that. So you talk about yourself while you talk about Boogie. Anyway, because we just saw you flip out on this man not too long ago. So girl, go away from me with this. Brianna does this speech to tell everybody, listen, I ain't a bad person and I'm not going to change either. It's like, girl, okay, why did you bring us here? You really brought us here because you wanted TT to say what she had to say. Is that what it is? She did say that she reacts the way that she does based on her past experiences. Got it. Understood. But if you're not going to change your behavior, that means that you're going to constantly be in a state of reliving your past experiences instead of trying to grow past your past experiences to become a better person. So if you want to be stuck there by your damn self. Okay, ain't nobody else trying to deal with all that, girl. Go get the therapy that you need so we can move forward. All right, now let's go ahead and move on. TT and Sean. Now they get on the floor. That's when Sean gives his speech or whatever, addressing the rumors, but not necessarily addressing the rumors to confirm whether or not anything is true. Granted, that is indeed their personal business, but you know, if somebody did not cheat, they're going to be adamant and very open and clear and vocal about the fact that they did not. And that's not exactly what they gave when he stood up for this speech. Okay. Now, TT does go on to say, listen, if y'all going to rock with me, y'all going to be my friends. I just want to make sure that y'all are dead this issue. Stop bringing up the rumors. Stop talking to me about it. Like, consider me if you say you're going to be my friends. All right. Now, Savannah, who got a guilty ass conscience for being one of the main people spreading the rumor, okay, spreading the story, she starts speaking out loud like, I don't really care. It ain't got nothing to do with my family or this or that, my mama or my daddy, so I don't care. If you don't care, why the fuck is you talking? Just be quiet. Okay, so you felt guilty and you felt like a person was directing you and you considered yourself to be the elephant in the room, but they wasn't really talking about you. They were talking about the rumor itself, not so much as who the people were that spread it, but you got in your feelings, got it, okay? So Eric, messy ass, he's speaking on, so he switched seats with, what's that girl name? With Savannah. He gave her the seat. He got up. He's talking about how he's pescatarian or whatever, so he only can eat salad. So when Brianna was trying to, he got up, he got out his seat for Savannah. So when Brianna was trying to tell him like, oh, it is salad, he says, I'm talking to her, right? He said, keep this in mind. He told Brianna, I'm talking to Savannah. That's what he said. Okay. Later on, we can see where he asked Tyran, how did you feel about that speech, considering the fact that it had a lot to do with your mom? Here we go again, Eric, you being messy as hell. You walked up on TT at the last episode, asking her thoughts about stuff, and then about her situation. And then you turn around and ask Tyran his thoughts about stuff, being that it was about his mama trying to be messy. Okay. So yeah, all right, that was a mess. So then Savannah started asking, since we being so open and everybody's talking, honey, she was like, let me ask you this, what was said about me? And it's like, ain't nobody even really talking about you. So I understand what Eric was trying to say, but how he came about the situation was wrong, because Savannah just said, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her. The same way he did Brianna, Savannah did the same. When karma came back that quick, and did the same thing to him. Listen, I'm talking to Brianna. Now he wants to get mad. Why are you getting mad? Because when nobody even talking to you. And now if you consider her trying to be messy about a situation, you was just being messy yourself by asking him a question about something that ain't got nothing to do with you. Eric, how you feel, Tyran, now that she said what she said about your mama and your sister? What are your thoughts on that? Okay, now Savannah was directly related to the mess because she was the one one of the ones spreading the rumor. So why she can't ask her question to TT? That had absolutely nothing to do with you. Even your own wife said, listen, you need to tone it down. You need to calm down. You need to tone it down. You wasn't trying to hear that. Then you kept talking about your money. I make more money than XYZ, baby. We ain't even talking about that right now. We not talking about financials, honey. We're talking about a rumor, okay? We're talking about what somebody thinks about me and my character. We're not talking about your coins. You talking left. What are you speaking on? So I didn't really like that. Eric got on my motherfucking nerves with that. She was about to call her dad, right? Because you know you got this nigga talking to you any kind of way. She was about to call her dad. Here go Brianna. So I said, no, we don't do that. XYZ. She was like, well, he need to watch his mouth. I did not mind Savannah calling her daddy or her brother or whoever she needed to call, because not one man sitting at that table stood up and checked Eric and told him, nigga, that's a female. Ain't nobody tell him none of that. Ain't nobody tell him to chill out but his wife. Not one single dude. Not Boogie that was sitting up there trying to date you. Not Jojo, who's often trying to diffuse the mess. Not none of them niggas that was there stood up to try and calm that man down. Okay, so I had no issue with her calling her dad. See, that was to me misplacement of anger. You're mad at her about something else. Okay, you mad at her about something else. All she told you was the same thing you just told Brianna. Listen, I'm talking to her. I'm talking to her. All right, so I'm a man. You even talk to me like that. And guess what? That's a woman. So why the fuck are you talking to her like that? Yeah, full of shit ass. Something gonna tell his wife, because ain't nobody finna tell me, sister, that. Baby, we'll tell you again, shut the fuck up and sit your thick ass down, because nobody is talking to you in this moment. All right? You've been messy this whole time. You don't want her to have her opportunity to be messy either. What is that about, honey? I cannot take it. So Savannah comes back out. She asked TT what was said about her. Now, mind you, when the arguing and stuff was going on, TT had her head down and she raised her head because she really was laughing, but she was trying not to really show her laughing face. But deep down inside, she was like, yes, Eric, get her together, because he's the one that's going to get at you, because I'm really not about that life. So let Eric snap off on you, because I really don't like that you even took the rumor from Egypt as well and spread it yourself. So that's what you get. Because remember, she was ready to chomp off Savannah and Cree, and she never did it because she wasn't about their life. This is why the next thing I'm going to say was interesting for me. So as she's trying to tell her, she's like, listen, this is what TT is telling Savannah. She's like, listen, we just need to bring things down a bit, okay? And just know that nothing is going to happen at my expense at all. What was that? Was that a face? Was that a face? Cree said, bitch, don't come at me like that, girl. Because let me tell you, if it was a face, you would know. I don't have to disguise anything that I do. If I made a face, you would know that I made a face. Do I strike you as a woman that's afraid to tell you what I feel and how I feel? Do I strike you as that woman? Okay, the only bitch out here tiptoeing is you. Okay, don't misplace your anger over here because your man cheated on you and somebody else spoke out about it. You thought America wasn't going to find out about it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, girl, talking about something. Was that a face? And if it was, what was you finna do, TT? What was you finna do even if it was a face? You know you're not about that life. You know you're not about that life. Girl, I ain't like that at all. Was that a face? Girl, no ma'am. So I did not like that. She was on 10 and I needed her to fall back just a little bit. I understand that the situation was uncomfortable, but you start seeing shit that you didn't even see. And when they played the video, Cree ain't even make no damn face. She just looked over at you. Was that a face? What the fuck? That was too much, okay? Later on, we see that Sean's using the excuse of COVID as to things not being pushed, as to things are being pushed back as far as the wedding. Jojo wants a wedding date. And then TT says, well, we're going to set a date and we'll send out the save the dates. But guys, please, let's not talk about this anymore because that's what they want. Speaking on Egypt, Sam, and Pepper. That's what they want. So let's not speak on it anymore and let's just move on. The reason y'all are postponing this wedding is because TT still got issues she got to work through. Sean was definitely out there being a hoe. He was out there on his thought shit. He was definitely out there thotting and bopping. Okay, so that's where she is with things. All right, so that's the reason why I think they're not getting married yet, because they need to finish this marriage counseling, because she's still not over what happened, and it actually set her back. And then to hear that her family was the ones that was out here telling the tea hurts her even more. Okay, so that's just where I'm at with that. You know, they all full of shit. All I have for them is, honey, good luck. That's all I got for y'all. All right, I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter. Okay, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.